Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard your thoughts vigilantly, for they shape your reality. These powerful quotes from one of the greatest Stoic philosophers set the stage for our journey today. Are you constantly plagued by worry and anxiety? Do you feel trapped in a cycle of overthinking and fear? You're not alone. In our modern world, these feelings are all too common, but they don't have to dominate your life. Today, we uncover the Stoic secrets of Marcus Aurelius to help you crush worry and regain control of your life. The wisdom of Stoicism, with its roots in ancient philosophy, offers timeless strategies for mastering our emotions and thoughts. Marcus Aurelius, the warrior philosopher, has given us a roadmap to mental resilience and inner peace. Before we dive in, if you find this content helpful, make sure to like, comment, and share it with your family and friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more empowering content like this. We'll explore 10 powerful Stoic principles that will arm you against anxiety and teach you to master your mind. These principles are not just theoretical musings, they are practical, actionable strategies that you can implement today to transform your life. Prepare to confront your worries head-on and emerge victorious, armed with the enduring wisdom of Stoicism. Number 1. Understand the nature of worry. Worry is a shadow that follows us all, an incessant whisper in the back of our mind that feeds on our fears and insecurities. It is a natural response, deeply embedded in our psyche, designed to alert us to potential threats. But here's the catch: in our modern world, these threats are often imagined, amplified by our overactive minds. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, understood this well. He saw worry not as an uncontrollable force, but as a phantom we can confront and tame. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Marcus wrote, "Apply this to worry. The weight of our anxiety often far exceeds the reality of the situations that provoke it." Worry is a construct of our mind, a reaction to our perception of future events. It thrives on uncertainty and the fear of the unknown. But what if we could dismantle this construct? What if we could strip worry of its power by recognizing it for what it truly is? To understand the nature of worry, you must first acknowledge its existence. Worry is born from our thoughts. It is a product of our mind's relentless pursuit of control. Marcus Aurelius advises us to face this head-on. You have power over your mind and not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is a profound shift in perspective. By acknowledging that worry is an internal creation, we begin to see that it can be managed and subdued. Recognizing worry involves dissecting it, breaking it down into its component parts. Ask yourself, what am I truly worried about? What are the possible outcomes? How likely are they to happen? This process of questioning is a Stoic technique that Marcus Aurelius employed to diffuse the power of worry. He understood that worry often distorts reality, magnifying potential problems and diminishing our perceived ability to handle them. Confronting worry also means accepting its presence without letting it control us. Marcus teaches us that it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Worry is a signal, not a sentence. It alerts us to potential issues, but it does not dictate our response. By reinterpreting these signals, by seeing them as mere notifications rather than imperatives, we can begin to master our worry. Imagine worry as a storm cloud. It may hover above you, dark and ominous, but it is your choice whether to let it drench you or to seek shelter. Marcus Aurelius found his shelter in reason and perspective. He constantly reminded himself of the transient nature of all things, including his fears and anxieties. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. By internalizing this, he could confront worry with a calm, rational mind. So understand this: worry is not an enemy to be defeated, but a signal to be understood. It is a natural part of the human condition, but it need not control you. By recognizing its nature, dissecting its causes, and reinterpreting its signals, you can strip worry of its power. Marcus Aurelius has shown us the way. Now, it is up to you to follow it. Face your worries with the strength of a Stoic, and you will find that they lose their grip on your life. Number 2. Focus on what you can control. In the chaotic tempest of life, the Stoics offer a beacon of clarity, the dichotomy of control. This principle is simple yet profoundly transformative. Marcus Aurelius knew that the secret to inner peace lies in distinguishing between what we can and cannot control. He reminds us you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The Stoic dichotomy of control divides life into two categories: the things we can control and the things we cannot. It's a stark, unyielding truth that we must confront head-on. External events, the actions of others, the inevitable march of time, these are beyond our control. What we can control, however, are our thoughts, actions, and responses. This realization is both liberating and empowering. By focusing on what we can control, we reclaim our power and agency. Imagine you're caught in a storm. The wind howls, the rain lashes, and the sky is a swirling vortex of chaos. You can't control the storm, but you can control how you respond. You can seek shelter, find warmth, and wait for the tempest to pass. The same principle applies to life's challenges. You can't control the actions of others, the winds of fate, or the outcomes of many situations, but you can control your reactions, your mindset, and your actions. Consider the practical applications of this principle. You're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Anger and frustration start to bubble up. What can you control? Not the traffic, certainly, but your response to it. Instead of seething with rage, you can use the time to practice deep breathing, listen to an informative podcast, or plan your next steps calmly. This shift in focus from the uncontrollable to the controllable transforms your experience. Another example, you receive harsh criticism at work. Your instinct might be to react defensively or with hurt. But pause and consider, can you control the criticism? No, but you can control how you receive it. Take a moment to reflect. Is there truth in the feedback? Can it help you grow? By focusing on your response, you turn a potentially negative situation into an opportunity for personal development. Marcus Aurelius, besieged by the pressures of ruling an empire, constantly reminded himself of this dichotomy. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. Which stands in the way becomes the way." He understood that obstacles are inevitable, but how we navigate them defines our path. By focusing on what we can control, we turn obstacles into opportunities. This focus is not about denial or passivity. It's about active, mindful engagement with reality. It's about taking the reins of your life and steering it with intention. The world will throw its worst at you: disappointments, losses, and unforeseen challenges. But remember, it's not the external events that dictate your life, it's your response to them. So face your storms with the strength of a Stoic. Embrace the dichotomy of control. Let go of what you cannot change and channel your energy into what you can. In this shift, you will find the resilience and peace that Marcus Aurelius cherished. You will master your fate, not by controlling the world, but by mastering yourself. Number 3. Accept impermanence. Impermanence is the only constant in life, a truth that Marcus Aurelius embraced with unflinching clarity. Time is a river, a violent current of events, glimpsed once and already carried past us, he wrote. This profound understanding of life's transient nature is both a sword and a shield in our battle against worry and attachment. Embracing impermanence means acknowledging that everything in our lives, our joys, our sorrows, our successes, our failures, is temporary. This is not a cause for despair, but a call to awaken to the present. By accepting that nothing lasts forever, we liberate ourselves from the chains of attachment and the suffocating grip of anxiety. Think about the last time you were deeply worried about something. Perhaps it was a looming deadline, a strained relationship, or a financial setback. In the moment, these concerns seemed insurmountable, permanent fixtures in your reality. But look back now, how many of those worries have faded into the background, dissolved by the passage of time. Impermanence reveals the folly of our attachments and anxieties. What seems monumental today will be but a memory tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius taught that the transient nature of life should be a source of strength, not sorrow. He urged us to receive without pride, let go without attachment. This means savoring the good moments while they last and releasing them when they pass. It also means facing challenges with the understanding that they too are temporary. This mindset doesn't diminish the significance of our experiences. It enriches them, making us more present, more engaged, more alive. Using impermanence as a tool to reduce worry requires a shift in perspective. When faced with a stressful situation, remind yourself of its temporary nature. Visualize it as a passing cloud, a momentary ripple in the vast ocean of time. This visualization helps detach your emotions from the situation, allowing you to respond with calm and clarity rather than fear and panic. Consider the power of this approach in daily life. You lose your job, an event that can feel devastating. But by embracing impermanence, you recognize that this setback is not the end but a transition. It's an opportunity to explore new paths, to grow and evolve. This perspective transforms your response from despair to resilience. In relationships, impermanence teaches us to cherish our loved ones without clinging to them. Every interaction becomes precious, every moment together a gift. And when parting inevitably comes, whether through distance or death, we can grieve without being consumed by our loss, knowing that change is the natural order of life. Marcus Aurelius faced the impermanence of life with the Stoic understanding that loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. By accepting the transient nature of existence, we align ourselves with the flow of life, reducing our attachment to outcomes and our worry about the future. Embrace impermanence with the courage of a warrior. See it not as an enemy but as a guide, leading you to a life of deeper presence, greater freedom, and enduring peace. In accepting the fleeting nature of all things, you will find a profound sense of stability and serenity, standing firm in the ever-changing currents of life. Number 4. Practice negative visualization. In the serene calm of a Stoic mind, there lies a powerful paradoxical technique, negative visualization. At first glance, it might seem counterintuitive or even morbid to envision worst-case scenarios. Yet, Marcus Aurelius and the Stoics wielded this tool with precision, understanding its profound ability to build resilience and diminish worry. Imagine the worst, feel it, confront it. This is the essence of negative visualization. Marcus Aurelius instructed, begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. By preparing for the worst, he armed himself against the unexpected, transforming potential crises into manageable events. Negative visualization is not about pessimism, it's about preparation. By envisioning the worst that could happen, you strip it of its power. You face the monster in the dark, and in doing so, you realize it's not as terrifying as your imagination made it out to be. This practice creates a mental fortitude that ordinary optimism cannot achieve. Consider the paradoxical reduction of worry through acceptance. When you accept that the worst can happen and imagine how you would deal with it, you build a psychological immunity. This acceptance reduces the fear of the unknown, the anxiety that often paralyzes us. Instead of dreading the possible outcomes, you become equipped to handle them with grace and strength. Imagine you're preparing for a significant presentation at work. The stakes are high, and the fear of failure looms large. Engage in negative visualization. Picture the projector failing, your notes getting lost, the audience looking bored or critical. Now mentally navigate through these scenarios. How will you respond? What's your backup plan? This exercise doesn't just prepare you for disaster, it enhances your performance by making you adaptable and resilient. This practice extends to all aspects of life. In relationships, visualize the loss of a loved one, not to dwell in sadness, but to deepen your appreciation for them while they're here. In finances, consider the possibility of losing your job. How would you survive? What would you do next? By contemplating these scenarios, you reduce their ability to induce panic and make yourself more prepared to face reality. Marcus Aurelius embraced negative visualization to stay grounded in the present and prepared for the future. He taught that The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Life's blows can be anticipated, and in doing so we learn to absorb and deflect them with minimal damage. Negative visualization is a warrior's tool. It hardens your mental defenses, not by denying the harsh realities of life but by confronting them head-on. It empowers you to move through life with a steady mind and a calm heart, ready for whatever may come. Embrace this technique with the resolve of a Stoic. Face your fears before they manifest. Accept that the worst can happen and know that you can endure it. In this acceptance, you will find a profound liberation, a freedom from the chains of worry, and a strength and spirit ready to conquer any adversity. Number 5. Live in accordance with nature. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig. Marcus Aurelius. This call to introspection is a cornerstone of living in accordance with nature, a fundamental principle of Stoicism. It's about aligning with the natural order and universal reason, recognizing our place in the grand tapestry of existence, and finding peace through this harmony. To live in accordance with nature means to understand and accept the natural flow of life. It's acknowledging that the world operates according to its own logic and rhythm, often indifferent to our desires and anxieties. Marcus Aurelius taught that by seasoning our lives with this natural order, we can find profound peace. Nature does not make mistakes. Only we do when we fail to see the truth of our place in the world. Think about a river. It flows naturally, following the path of least resistance, carving its way through the landscape. It doesn't fight against the rocks or resist the bends. It moves gracefully with the terrain. Similarly, when we align our lives with the natural order, we reduce friction and turmoil. We learn to flow with life's currents rather than battling against them. Aligning with nature also means living in harmony with universal reason, the logos which Stoics believe governs the cosmos. This universal reason is a guiding principle that, when followed, brings our lives into balance. It's about making decisions that reflect wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, the cardinal virtues of Stoicism. When our actions reflect these virtues, we resonate with the natural order, creating a life of tranquility and purpose. Consider the turmoil of modern life, the constant striving, the endless competition, the relentless pursuit of more. These are the sources of much of our stress and anxiety. Marcus Aurelius would urge us to step back and observe the simplicity of nature. Nature doesn't rush, yet everything is accomplished. Trees grow, seasons change, life progresses each in its own time, according to its nature. Living in accordance with nature requires us to simplify, to strip away the artificial demands and return to what is essential. It means recognizing that many of our worries stem from desires that are unnatural, imposed by societal expectations rather than true needs. By aligning our lives with nature, we focus on what truly matters: our health, our relationships, our personal growth, and our contributions to the community. This alignment brings a profound peace. When you live in harmony with nature, you stop fighting against the inevitable. You accept life's ebbs and flows, understanding that each moment, each event, is part of a larger natural cycle. This acceptance diminishes anxiety and fosters a deep-seated serenity. Marcus Aurelius lived this principle, finding solace amidst the chaos of ruling an empire. He found strength in nature's simplicity, writing, "Time is like a river made up of the events which happen, and a violent stream. For as soon as a thing has been seen, it is carried away, and another comes in its place, and this will be carried away too." So, live in accordance with nature. Embrace the natural order and universal reason. Let go of unnatural desires and align your life with the simplicity and wisdom of the natural world. In this alignment, you will find a peace that is unwavering, a tranquility that withstands the storms of life. Become one with the flow of existence, and let nature guide you to a life of harmony and resilience. Number 6. Cultivate inner strength. Cultivate the habit of being self-reliant, of finding your strength within. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor whose life was a testament to inner fortitude. In the chaos of ruling an empire, he found his greatest power not in his legions or wealth, but in his unwavering mental resilience. This inner strength, forged through Stoic exercises, is the bedrock upon which we can build a life free from the tyranny of external circumstances. Building mental fortitude is not a passive endeavor. It requires deliberate practice and relentless dedication. One of the core Stoic exercises is the daily reflection, a practice Marcus Aurelius meticulously followed. Each night, he would review his actions and thoughts, scrutinizing them through the lens of Stoic virtues. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, he wrote. By consistently reflecting on our daily conduct, we cultivate a mind that is disciplined, self-aware, and impervious to external chaos. Another powerful exercise is voluntary discomfort. Marcus Aurelius knew that to build true resilience, one must occasionally step out of comfort. He would sleep on the ground, fast, or endure cold, not out of asceticism, but to train his mind to endure hardships. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. This practice helps us to appreciate what we have while preparing us for the inevitable adversities of life. Consider the story of Marcus Aurelius during the Antonine Plague, a devastating epidemic that ravaged the Roman Empire. Amidst widespread panic and death, Marcus remained a pillar of strength. He faced the crisis with calm resolve, tirelessly working to manage the empire's response while caring for the afflicted. His journals reveal not a trace of self-pity or despair, but rather a steadfast adherence to Stoic principles. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius also employed premeditatio, the anticipation of misfortune. By contemplating potential hardships, he inoculated himself against the shocks of fate. This exercise does not mean dwelling in negativity, but preparing the mind to remain unshaken in the face of adversity. It is a mental rehearsal that fortifies our resolve and equips us to handle life's inevitable trials with grace and dignity. To cultivate inner strength, embrace these Stoic practices. Reflect daily on your actions and thoughts, seeking always to align them with the virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Subject yourself to voluntary discomfort to toughen your mind and body. Anticipate misfortune, not to dwell in fear, but to build resilience. Remember Marcus Aurelius, who stood firm amidst the empire's greatest challenges, drawing his strength from within. Follow his example, and you will develop an inner fortress, a citadel of the mind impervious to the slings and arrows of fate. In this strength you will find the power to face any adversity, to rise above the chaos of life, and to live with unshakable tranquility and purpose. Number 7. Embrace the present moment. Confine yourself to the present. Marcus Aurelius commanded, cutting through the fog of distraction and anxiety that so often clouds our minds. The power of present-focused awareness, of truly embracing the moment, is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. It is in the now, this fleeting slice of time, that we find clarity, strength, and peace. To live anywhere but the present is to live in illusion. The present moment is all we ever truly have. The past is a memory, the future a fantasy. Worry and regret stem from our inability to anchor ourselves in the now. Marcus Aurelius, beset by the pressures of empire and war, understood this intimately. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. The power of present-focused awareness lies in its ability to ground us, to cut through the noise of past regrets and future anxieties. It demands that we engage fully with the task at hand, with the breath we are taking, with the life we are living. This focus is not about ignoring the past or dismissing the future, but about recognizing that our power, our influence, exists only in the present. To stay grounded in the now, start with mindfulness. This ancient practice, revered by Stoics and modern thinkers alike, is about observing the present moment without judgment. Focus on your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the air flowing in and out. When your mind drifts, as it inevitably will, gently guide it back to this simple act of breathing. This practice trains your mind to remain anchored in the present, reducing the hold of anxiety and distraction. Another powerful technique is the one-task rule. In a world obsessed with multitasking, Stoicism calls for singular focus. Choose one task, give it your full attention, and complete it before moving on to the next. This practice cultivates depth and excellence in everything you do, turning mundane tasks into meditative exercises. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life, Marcus advised, highlighting the importance of present moment engagement. Engage in regular reflection. At the end of each day, review your actions. Where were you present? Where did you allow distraction to pull you away? This reflection helps reinforce your commitment to living in the now, making each day a step closer to present-focused awareness. The present moment also invites us to embrace gratitude. By focusing on the now, we become acutely aware of the small blessings and opportunities that surround us. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, Marcus Aurelius wrote. This awareness fosters a deep appreciation for life, grounding us in the richness of the moment. Embrace the present moment with the resolve of a Stoic warrior. Let go of past regrets and future anxieties. Anchor yourself in the now where your true power lies. In this embrace, you will find clarity, resilience, and an unshakable peace. The present is your battlefield, your stage, your sanctuary. Live in it fully, and let the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius guide you to a life of profound presence and purpose. Number 8. Detach from external validation. Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect. Marcus Aurelius declared, "This profound wisdom strikes at the heart of a perennial human weakness, the need for external validation. In a world obsessed with social approval and the opinions of others, Marcus Aurelius provides a path to true freedom and inner peace by teaching us to seek internal approval. The relentless pursuit of external validation is a trap that breeds anxiety and discontent. We tether our self-worth to the fleeting opinions of others, becoming slaves to their judgments." Marcus Aurelius, however, recognized that true strength and contentment come from within. "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own," he observed. This paradox is the root of much of our suffering. To reduce worry, we must let go of others' opinions and seek validation from within. This detachment is not about arrogance or indifference. It's about grounding yourself within your own principles and actions. When you rely on internal approval, you become impervious to the whims and judgments of the external world. Consider the Stoic exercise of self-reflection. At the end of each day, examine your actions not through the lens of others' expectations, but through your own values and principles. Ask yourself, did I act with integrity? Did I uphold my values? This practice reinforces your internal compass and diminishes the power of external opinions. Marcus Aurelius would reflect nightly, evaluating his day based on Stoic virtues, ensuring his actions aligned with his inner values rather than external accolades. Another powerful technique is the practice of affirmations. Remind yourself daily that your worth is intrinsic, not determined by external validation. Your worth consists in what you are and not in what you have, Marcus Aurelius taught. By internalizing this truth, you fortify your sense of self against the corrosive influence of others' judgments. When you detach from external validation, you reclaim your freedom. Imagine a scenario at work where you receive unfair criticism. Instead of letting it undermine your confidence, you evaluate it based on your own standards and principles. You can acknowledge constructive feedback without letting it define you, and dismiss baseless criticism without internalizing it. This mindset fosters resilience and self-assurance. Marcus Aurelius, despite being an emperor, sought not the praise of his subjects but the approval of his conscience. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, he advised. This call to action is a reminder that our focus should be on living virtuously, not on seeking external validation. Detach from the chains of others' opinions. Anchor yourself within your principles and actions. Seek the approval of your inner self, the only judge that truly matters. In this detachment, you will find a wellspring of strength and tranquility, immune to the fleeting and oft unfickle judgments of the external world. Let Marcus Aurelius guide you to this freedom, and live with the unshakable confidence of a true Stoic warrior. Number 9. Reflect on your mortality. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. Marcus Aurelius. This stark reminder of mortality, known as memento mori, is not a morbid fixation but a powerful tool for clarity and purpose. By contemplating our inevitable death, we strip away the trivialities that clutter our minds and focus on what truly matters. Reflecting on mortality diminishes trivial worries. When you grasp the finite nature of your existence, the petty concerns that once consumed you fade into insignificance. The criticisms, the failures, the missed opportunities, they all lose their sting in the face of life's impermanence. Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire fraught with turmoil, constantly reminded himself of his mortality to maintain perspective. "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live," he wrote. Memento mori teaches us to live with urgency and intentionality. Every moment becomes precious when you understand that your time is limited. This awareness compels you to cut through the noise of daily distractions and focus on what gives your life meaning and joy. By contemplating death, you learn to prioritize your relationships, passions, and personal growth over fleeting concerns. Consider how contemplating death can enhance life's richness. When you accept that life is short, you become more present and engaged in each moment. You savor experiences, cherish connections, and pursue your goals with renewed vigor. Marcus Aurelius found wisdom in the fleeting nature of life, urging us to live not as if you were destined to live forever. What's fated hangs over you. As long as you live and while you can, become good now. This reflection on mortality is not about despair but empowerment. It frees you from the fear of the unknown and the anxiety of unfinished business. By acknowledging your mortality, you live more fully and authentically, unburdened by the weight of trivial anxieties. You focus on the legacy you want to leave and the impact you want to make, driving you to act with courage and purpose. Practical steps to embrace memento mori include daily reflection and visualization. Take a few moments each day to ponder your mortality. Visualize your life as a fleeting journey, with each day a precious gift. This practice sharpens your focus and aligns your actions with your deepest values and aspirations. Imagine the clarity that comes from this practice. The fear of public speaking, the dread of criticism, the worry about future uncertainties, all these diminish when you remember that your time is limited. Instead, you channel your energy into meaningful pursuits, undeterred by the inconsequential. Marcus Aurelius lived this philosophy, finding strength and peace in the face of mortality. He recognized that death is a natural part of life, a return to the universe from which we came. "Death smiles at us all we can do is smile back," he wrote, embodying the Stoic acceptance of life's impermanence. Reflect on your mortality with the resolve of a Stoic. Let memento mori guide you to a life of deeper purpose and richer experiences. Embrace the fleeting nature of existence, and in doing so, liberate yourself from the trivial worries that hinder your true potential. Live if it were your last, with courage, clarity, and unwavering resolve. Number 10. Practice gratitude and humility. Think of what you have, the things you enjoy, and the blessings that surround you. Do not take them for granted, Marcus Aurelius advised. In a world where dissatisfaction is rampant and desires are endless, practicing gratitude is a radical act of defiance. It is a potent antidote to worry and discontent, grounding us in the richness of the present moment and illuminating the abundance already present in our lives. Gratitude is not a fleeting emotion but a disciplined practice. It requires a conscious effort to recognize and appreciate life's gifts. Every day, take a moment to reflect on what you are thankful for. This practice transforms your perspective, shifting your focus from what you lack to what you possess. It diminishes the power of worries by filling your mind with positive recognition of your blessings. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, Marcus Aurelius wrote. By cultivating gratitude, you elevate the quality of your thoughts and, consequently, the quality of your life. Consider the grounding effect of humility in countering worry. Humility is the recognition of our limitations and the acceptance of our place in the world. It is a shield against the corrosive effects of ego and pride, which often fuel our anxieties and insecurities. Marcus Aurelius, despite being an emperor, practiced humility by reminding himself of his humanity and the transient nature of power and glory. A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions, he mused, cautioning against the pitfalls of overreaching pride. Humility teaches us to accept that we are not the center of the universe. It liberates us from the need for constant validation and the pressure to meet unrealistic standards. When we embrace humility, we stop comparing ourselves to others and start appreciating our unique journey. This perspective reduces worry, as we no longer measure our worth against external benchmarks, but instead focus on our personal growth and values. To practice gratitude and humility, start with small daily rituals. Each morning, list 3 things you are grateful for. These could be simple pleasures like a warm cup of coffee, the support of a friend, or the beauty of a sunrise. Reflect on these blessings and let them anchor your day in positivity. In the evening, review your actions through the lens of humility. Acknowledge your mistakes and learn from them without self-reproach. Recognize your achievements, not with arrogance, but with a sense of fulfillment and a desire to continue growing. Imagine the transformative power of these practices. Gratitude fills your heart with joy and contentment, while humility grounds you in reality, reducing the weight of worry and fear. You become resilient, focused on the present, and appreciative of the journey rather than fixated on the destination. Marcus Aurelius exemplified these virtues in his reign. Despite the burdens of leadership and the temptations of power, he remained grateful for the opportunity to serve and humble in his approach to governance. His meditations are a testament to his commitment to these principles, offering us a timeless guide to living with gratitude and humility. Embrace gratitude and humility with the resolve of a Stoic warrior. Recognize the abundance in your life and appreciate it deeply. Let humility ground you, freeing you from the shackles of ego and worry. In practicing these virtues, you will find a profound peace, a steadfast resilience, and a life rich with meaning and joy. Live with gratitude and humility, and let the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius guide you to a life of enduring contentment and purpose. You now hold the keys to a life free from the chains of worry, forged in the fires of Stoic wisdom. We've explored 10 powerful principles, understanding the nature of worry, focusing on what you can control, accepting impermanence, practicing negative visualization, living in accordance with nature, cultivating inner strength, embracing the present moment, detaching from external validation, reflecting on your mortality, and practicing gratitude and humility. These are not mere philosophical musings. They are actionable strategies that Marcus Aurelius himself used to navigate the trials of his life. Implement these principles and transform your existence from one dominated by anxiety to one fortified by resilience and clarity. The path of the Stoic is not for the faint-hearted. It requires relentless self-discipline and an unwavering commitment to personal growth. Now is the time to act. Confront your worries, seize control of your mind, and live with the strength of a true Stoic warrior. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Embrace these teachings, let them guide your steps, and emerge victorious over the trials of life. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius is your weapon. Wield it with courage and determination,